I love this, because it's essentially just Indiana Jones. By the way, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5 Smile Time.
Here we get the training montage of...
Yeah, this is, I would assume the implied training montage happens where Snake gets used to himself again. Also, these cutscenes look different. These look pre-rendered to me.
You know what, they probably are, honestly.
And you get a little tease of Sins of the Father, which gets its full debut in a really awkward scene. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
The most awkward of car rides. So this is where the game begins, and this is
And this is where I go to die.
because apparently Chris doesn't even like the gameplay of this game.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's the one thing everyone can unanimously say about this game.
It controls like Metal Gear Solid 1.
And that it controls exactly like Portable Ops was intended.
Yeah.
This game is essentially Portable Ops 3.
Yeah.
The area ahead is under total
Where'd
Soviet
the other
control.
horse come from?
I assume he bought it.
Miller's been captured.
From
for
where?
10
He was
days.
on a
The
freighter.
horse farm.
Not much time.
So they grow them
Yeah. Dummy.
next to the glue factory.
I like this little architecture stuff.
Yeah.
You see, this game is great, I think, for the first couple hours, and then after that you start to...
Nah, see, the gameplay never got boring for me. It was just the tedium of having to replay missions, but we'll get into that later.
Well, mission variety is my biggest problem.
I don't care. Because there's so many different ways you can go about it that I never get bored.
But if I want to go about it,
Like,
I'll
then you're
replay
just
it.
not creative. I think the name of the song is Afghanistan is a Big Place.
For you.
It's not very often you can actually get me to, like, chuckle, like, for real. I kind of want those, only because you have the Kaz glasses.
Yeah, I do.
But they look so dumb.
They do. They look like something like your grandpa would wear.
Exactly, but that kind of makes it better, because Ocelot seems like a grandpa.
Kazuhira Miller is being held in Dawandehar to the north. Check its location now. Take out your iDroid. You see Wandi on the map? That's where they're keeping Miller. Only problem is, we don't know his exact location. Finding it is your first priority. Got your binoculars? Or should I say, your int scope? See the village? Straight ahead? To the right.
To the right.
To the left.
All right.
Take it back now, y'all. 3 opposites.
And you need more information, just give me a call. I'll tell you anything I can about it.
Getting used to that body now, Snake. To the right now.
I hope that was in the training montage. Shit.
Yeah.
DJ Ocelot.
We're making Ocelot better.
DJ Adamska.
This is very picky.
Yeah. This was something that infuriated me, actually, in the beginning. Was okay, I see the blinky stuff, and I'm on it, but it did not work.
A few days ago, Miller was taken through there, en route towards Dawandehar. You may be able to pick up the trail there. It's worth a shot. Take a look through your binoculars. Put a marker on it so you don't lose track of where it is. Good. Now you won't have to worry about getting lost along the way. He can't have much left in him. I give him 3 days, tops. If we fail, and he dies, we lose our chance of revenge.
Nah, not really. What do you mean we, Ocelot?
We need more intel.
I want to be part of the club too.
That's really how I look at it. Ocelot becomes such a better character if you just view him as Big Boss's biggest fanboy.
Soviets have other outposts, not just the one you saw. Afghanistan is a big place. I expect you'll become quite familiar with those binoculars as you plan your next move. How and where you make it, well, that's up to you.
That's, not only is he talking to Snake, he's talking to the player as well.
You're a legend in the eyes of those who live on the battlefield.
I think this might be one of my favorite lines in the game.
Mission yourself. Put those 9 years behind you, and return as Big Boss. That's how Kaz would want it.
I don't know why that's in quotes. Yeah.
That's how Kaz would want it.
Yeah, that's how your best friend would want it.
Survived. And they were good. All we found on the scene were their corpses and these.
Hey, I have those glasses.
You do, and you spent $200 on them. How do you feel?
Great.
Have you used them ever?
Once.
Oh, there you go.
Well, once I get contacts. And those are the different frame, actually.
Now go! Let the legend come back to life.
That's my favorite line in the entire game. So, okay, so if you turn around real quick, what you do is you hear Ocelot go, yeah! And then you turn around, then you hear a helicopter. So it's implied he just jumped his horse onto a helicopter. Like Die Hard 4 when he drives the motorcycle on the plane or whatever that movie was. So this is a big training area. It's pretty neat, but again, like I said, I'm going to try and do all the tasks I can at the moment. One of them is up here. You can actually see it in the cutscene, which is that there's a diamond up here.
Oh, I never knew that.
The sheerest cliffs are climbable if there are cracks you can use as handholds.
So yeah, that's one of the mission tasks, is pick up that diamond there.
Keep an eye out for cracks on your travels. That's a type of medicinal plant. Bring it back to base.
So, this is my big problem with Ocelot, and probably everyone's, is that he doesn't really do anything, and he's essentially just an encyclopedia. Like, Snake, that's a pot. It's made by clay. This is great. This is so great.
The $6 million man noise.
Yeah, that noise is literally the best. But yeah, that's Ocelot in this game in a nutshell. Boss, that's a horse, boss.
That's a map. You use that to look at things.
Boss, that's your thumb. Do you know what a thumb is, boss? If you don't, I'm gonna tell you. It's the opposable thumb that just separates us from animals. Like,
except primates, because they're smarter than us. They just don't know it yet.
Ocelot believes in the monkey uprising.
Hey, you know, I saw a video the other day of a monkey that was able to, I don't know how to describe it other than...
Fling its poop?
No, I mean, you know, although, hey, that's a pretty effective weapon, if I'm not gonna lie.
You can kind of do that in this game.
You can eventually. Seahorse, the most useless of, companions.
He's good in the beginning, which is exactly what he should be, but after the beginning, you never need him.
Yeah.
Hold it. There's a Soviet guard post. There are bound to be guards. Take a look with your binoculars.
Extraction
Put the enemy in the
arrived
center
at
of your field of
Metabase.
view.
Yeah, I was really weirded out by this part, because I remember the first time I played this, there were like a bunch of people.
Yeah, there were guards here.
Yeah, so
Maybe they're up
it's
more?
kind of random.
Boss, that's a box.
Those materials
It's
are
not
all
cardboard,
in
so you
process.
can't wear it, but...
They should come in handy sooner or later. Why not start gathering them? That's a rough diamond. Good find. It'll fetch a high price.
Stranger! The gameplay in this game is the best the series has ever been.
Yeah. It's the most solid.
Dude, Like, Ocelot, seriously, stop.
Vehicles by zooming in
Within 10 seconds. That's
Boss, that's an enemy sniper.
No, you got it wrong. He just says, boss, the enemy sniper. But within 10 seconds, boss, that's a processed material. Boss, that's a diamond. Boss, that's a plant.
Boss, that's how you mark enemies. Boss, that's a tire.
Keep all your enemy senses
You
in
use
mind.
those to get on
When
a
you're
car.
near enemies, stay low.
Yeah, you get it on a car. I wanted to love Ocelot so much in this game because not only is he my favorite character, but he's also being voiced by
Only
Troy
bodies
Baker.
out in the open.
Who's one of the
Find
best.
someplace
Yeah, and
safe
I also
out of
think he
sight.
has a killer design in this game.
Yeah.
But, God. Again, I don't hate what he does in this game, he just doesn't do anything. But yeah, this is essentially Peace Walker 2. Peace harder. Peace! 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 But yeah, this is, you know, pretty typical Metal Gear stuff. Beginning of the game, you don't have a sneaking suit. You gotta pretty much inch forward, otherwise they will hear you. So if you want to hold people up like this,
Boss, you don't understand what he said? I guess that makes sense. It looks like that horn stuck in your head has impacted the language center of your brain. If only we had a recruit with the Russian interpreter skill, we could get by with simultaneous interpretation.
Get down.
I kind of like that actually.
What, that he doesn't get down?
Yeah, I like that he doesn't get down. Because it's, you know, it makes sense. He can't understand me, I can't understand him. But yeah, just like in Ground Zeroes and pretty much every game, if you just stun them, they'll get up a lot quicker than if you, like, trank them. So, always trank them.
I actually think this is the first game where if you trank someone, they still eventually get up, right?
Yeah, but that's just due to, like, the open worldness of it.
Yeah.
The emphasis really is on fultoning people. And yeah, I tried to set that guy on fire, but I don't think you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I don't like. Mapping too many things to the same button doesn't, like, sometimes you'll go to pick up a guy, but you'll pick up his gun, or sometimes you'll reload your
Once the
gun.
enemy doesn't decide to use it. Same goes for hiding downed enemies.
I mean, yeah, but when you're dealing with a controller with 4 primary buttons, you're kind of
Yeah.
limited.
hmm
And, you know, that's the universal standard now. There's 4 buttons. The one on the right usually means back or reload. Square is usually, you know...
Square is usually reload.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty, you're right.
What's your opinion on this first mission?
I really like it.
Yeah, this is a great opening mission.
I actually think this is one of my favorite missions, honestly, just because it sets the tone very well of,
Yeah.
here's a... You know, as much as I dislike the mission variety, it definitely sets the tone of, there he is, go get him.
hmm
What do you mean? Just go get him? Yeah.
How?
However you want. You want to go in guns blazing, you do that. You want to, you know, stealth your way through it and get intel and inch your way through it. You know, like, it probably took me just a day just because I was there.
There is nothing in here. What is the point?
I don't know. Propane.
Screw that chair. But yeah, I like this because it's like, okay, here's the open world. It's really opened up now. Have at it.
You're almost at the enemy outpost, Vialo Village.
Ocelot, you're making me want to go back into a coma for another 9 years.
Start with some recon. Is there anywhere that overlooks the village?
This is something that you really only need to do in the beginning of the game. Is like really marking people.
Well, I always, even, you know, before I go anywhere, I always mark everyone.
Look at their gear. Take it all in.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the game, it's useful. Not so much later on. When you
Oh,
get other
later on when you
things.
get like D-Dog and Quiet, who are, you know, completely overpowered, both of them. You know, it really puts training wheels back on you in the sense of, I don't have to do anything anymore.
I don't like playing these games without a sneaking suit because the sneaking suit, for all intents and purposes, muffles all the sounds you make unless you're running. So these parts of the game drag on for me because, you know, you're just Snake in jungle fatigues.
Mhm.
So, essentially, this first mission is, I think, the only time you're ever going to see me wear this, because I kind of cheat the game and use a DLC costume to get the sneaking suit much earlier on than you're supposed to.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I love this part because you're so naked, literally, you know, naked Snake, haha. But, you know, and the amount of times I almost got caught trying to infiltrate this base perfectly were ridiculous. As, you know, not like, oh my god, that's bullshit, but just, wow, this is actually really tense right now, where I feel the sneaking suit makes it too easy. And normally I'll just go with a pair of jungle fatigues, or, oh, if I'm in an area that I know is going to be deserty, I'll wear the desert, you know, camo, or the, you know, mud camo, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it had the variety. I wish it had the variety and the customization that Snake Eater did, where, you know, it showed you what your camo percent was in a specific area, and then you could switch it on the fly. I mean, that wouldn't make sense really for this game.
Especially with the whole hyper-realism thing. And,
Yeah.
but, you know, yeah, it'd be fun. You know, because obviously you can't do the Octo Camo from 4.
Oh man, I missed the Octo Camo.
Although I'm actually surprised that wasn't a DLC.
Yet.
Yeah, it's true. Konami's yet to release a Game of the Year edition.
But then they'd have to actually put work into it, and I don't think Konami's about that right now.
They want to milk as much money as they can off this game.
I don't really want to make this about, let's just talk hate about
Jerk
Konami.
off and talk about Konami.
Yeah. There are a few weird instances of, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but there's like weird lighting and texture things where sometimes it looks like there's a diamond there, but there's actually not. Like there's a pedal going by, and I thought it was a diamond, but it's not.
A parabolic antenna. There could be intel files of some kind in
Do you
there.
think he's just like, he has a dictionary and an encyclopedia open? Or do you think he
What
just...
words can I use to make boss think I'm smart?
Parabolic! Do you think he just knows this stuff?
I think he has a dictionary. Again, it really improves the character of Ocelot for me that he's the world's biggest Big Boss fanboy.
Yeah.
And he's just there, oh, I'm working with Snake.
You have arrived at your destination.
So you picked up.
Now here's something I never knew. You could shoot those radio terminals and destroy the signal without having to blow up the antenna.
You sure can.
And I had no idea you could do that for a good 90% of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not one of those things that tell you.
Well, they do in the, like, 3 missions from now, but it's an optional thing that, you know, I never
Yeah, it's
did
another
optional
one of those
things.
tasks, yeah.
And you think that'd be, like, part of the tutorial part where, oh, by the way, or you could just do it this way.
No, see, that's one of the things I love about these games, is just finding things out for yourself. Like, did you know you can crawl in the box?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until a little bit ago. And, you know, that's something they never tell you. They don't also tell you how to switch the picture on the box. That was something I just figured out myself. Because I'm not very observant, apparently.
That's one of the first things I figured out. Well, after I got 2 posters.
Yeah. I just put the anime one on there. Because I like to imagine that Venom Snake is a big anime fan. And Ocelot tries to watch the things he watches, and every time he tries to talk to Snake about it, Snake does not listen.